Mr. and Mrs. Smith, not to be confused with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, or Mr. and Mrs. Smith, or skipped ahead, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, or the unaired pilot sequel to Mr. and Mrs. Smith. No, this is the new Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I've never heard of Mr. and Mrs. Smith before.
Oh, you did it. Okay, real quick, Crystal. I'm skipping you for a second. You texted me saying you watched the entire series of this?
I did.
Okay. I have Sarah, did you watch this one?
I didn't get to. I'm sorry.
Okay. Ash and Adam, did you guys watch this?
I didn't, but I'm just going to say right now I probably wouldn't like it knowing that it's a remake after something that's already been done 10 times. I despise remakes usually, so 1 out of 10
really
for
like
not creative.
Huh? Sorry,
Sarah,
what
did you really like Donald Glover?
I like him too. And I was like, maybe this will be good. Joey, I think you had the same experience I did. We watched the first episode.
Yeah.
And we went, oh my God, this is fucking boring. Does anything happen? It starts off with Alexander Skarsgård and Isa Gonzalez. You know, they had such electric chemistry in Godzilla versus Kong. So they show up and I'm like, oh, well, they're obviously dying in the opening scene. This is very obvious. So, of course, that happens. They die. And then we follow these two. They're joining like a secret agent organization. They're pretending to be husband and wife. And they go on the most boring mission possible. And I think that was supposed to be the point for the ending of the episode where there's this big explosive finale that catches you off guard. But me and Joey, I don't know how you felt. I went, I can't suffer through another episode of that. I'm giving up. Is that how you felt, Joey?
Yeah, I have a little less life in me now that I've watched this show.
Yeah. Crystal, why the hell did you watch the rest of this series?
Okay. I have 2 reasons.
Okay.
One, because at the end, oh my God, I'm going to fuck up the one lady's name. At the end, they kind of showed what you were going to see. I don't know if you saw that part. And I saw Ron Perlman and the other girl's name that I fucking love. Clearly, I love her because I can't remember her name.
Yeah, that's a good sign that you love someone.
She was in American Horror Story. That's like the main one I love her in. Please help me.
There's a lot of women.
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Mr. and I. All right, I'm gonna try to keep talking as I look this up. Oh my
God, Parker Posey is in this.
Not Parker. Oh, I do love Parker Posey.
Oh, I love Parker Posey.
She's phenomenal, but it wasn't her. It was, she plays a psychiatrist in this or a therapist, and I waited. Because I had to. They're both in. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Parker Posey was actually really good in this too.
Okay.
Shit, what is her name? Almost fucking there.
God, Crystal.
Ursula. Tony, I didn't watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but I watched a couple other things because I'm just so excited for them to get remade. So I watched Twister. I watched Roadhouse. I watched Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. I watched the live action remake of Avatar, The Last Airbender. I've just been having a fucking day of it over here.
Are they remaking Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's
Yes,
Dead?
they put out a weird trailer yesterday that didn't even feel like a finished trailer. Crystal, is it
Sarah Paulson? Yeah.
Okay.
I just looked at the thing. I didn't know David Tell was in this. He was the kosher food mart clerk. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I didn't get to any of these actors. Like I said, me and Joey tapped out after episode 1.
Yeah.
Should I keep going?
So this is what I'll say on that. I really just wanted to see those 2 people, and I thought it was boring as hell at first as well. And then I was like, well, I'm working on something right now. And then I was like, well, if I watch another of the films I had to watch, I was like, I don't want to have to pay attention. I'm working on something. So this was the best series I could ever have where I was still able to watch it and pay attention, like know what's happening, but still get work done. Yeah. It was the perfect thing to have in the background. The character chemistry is okay. It does build. They do go on better missions. There's definitely some comedy, but it's one of those things where I could work for a while and then I look up and I didn't really miss anything. I could keep going with the storyline. It was entertaining enough for me to enjoy it and get work done. I didn't hate it. It was enjoyable.
Here's the thing. Here's how every conversation goes in this show. Oh, hey, what's up? You signed up to be a secret agent? Yeah.
It changes. It changes.
Yeah, we signed as a secret agent. Oh yeah. when I was 14, an old man bought me breakfast. Oh yeah, cool. Are you married? Yeah. That's like the whole fucking first.
The first episode was absolutely horrible. It doesn't.
bad.
If I had other shit to do, I would not have finished watching it. But I didn't know what else to put on. I was like, well, I really love Rob Perlman and Sarah. Like, I'm just gonna keep it going.
Now
That was the only reason. But it was it really was enjoyable, especially their parts. The other characters in this series, their characters pretty much kind of stay the same a little bit. They grow a little bit. You kind of start feeling for them, especially towards the end. But the other characters I think what make this series.
All right. Crystal, I will watch one more episode for you, and I'll let you know what I think.
Let me find an episode because you really don't need to know what's happening. Go to the Ron Perlman or go to the Sarah Paulson.
Adam,
yeah.
Real quick, last month we all kind of shit on the movie Lift, which you didn't watch, and then for some reason after the fact went, "Oh, I should watch Lift and review it." Are you gonna go watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith and review that now?
Crystal has become the voice of the common folk, and I appreciate it, Crystal. I'm here for you. I watched Lift and wanted to kill myself during it. And like, what is Crystal talking about? And the way Crystal presented this is the same way she presented that. She's like, well, you put it on in the background, you go make some fish on the stove, you talk to your mom on the phone.
Crystal's like, it's really good if you don't watch it. It's like,
I had someone in my comments when I reviewed that terrible Drive-Away Dolls that just came out. Horrible movie, I thought.
Oh, really?
Here's one of the comments goes,
Oh,
Adam, I didn't think it was as bad as you did. Granted, I fell asleep twice during it, but I thought it was all right. Like, what?
It's like my whole thing is like when something is bad, it's like bad. Like I can't watch it. Like I don't want to watch it. These I can have on and somewhat enjoy while I'm doing something else. Is it good?
That's because you're not watching it. It's just like, let me leave it on for my dogs to watch when I go grocery shopping. Oh,
I'm still watching it. No, I'm still watching it. I'm just doing other things too. It's one of those things where you have on the background and you're still watching. You're still paying attention.
Then just put The Office on. Put on the reruns.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's
what I've seen all those so many times. I want something new. Yeah. I want something new that I haven't watched all the time.
Okay, so oh god, a dog. We have a puppy on screen.
Oh my god.
She wants attention right now. I'm sorry. She's just, hi honey.
That's
hi honey. This is Buffy.